I open the meeting. Are we all set?
All set and on now.
We're on now? Okay. Emily, would you?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My random thing is not mixing, so I'm going to just shove it down here.
All right. Okay, I'm going to do the hearing first. There's several things for the hearing. Does the board want to do these individually or all at once?
All
should-
at once? All right.
Yeah, we could brief on them, what each one entails, right, and then pass it as one,
Yep.
so everybody knows.
Okay, I'll
You
open,
want me to read it? I can read it.
I'll open the meeting at what, 6:02? Okay, go ahead.
All right, this is a public hearing, first thing. Wednesday, January 2020, the Milton School Board hold a public hearing on the following. To expend up to $4,000 from the school district's technology expendable trust fund for the purpose.
Another warning,
alert.
Balls are going away.
Oh my God, my phone, everybody's phone's freaking out.
even though it's off.
Snow squall warning, okay then. To expend up to $4,000 from the Technology Expendable Trust Fund for purpose of replacing teacher laptops at the elementary school. To expend up to $2,062 from the school district's Update and Improve Security Expendable Trust Fund for the purpose of improving security at Newton Middle High School and Library. To accept additional unanticipated revenue of up to $2,850 from the Greater Seacoast United Way for the purpose of providing stipends and supplies to support Milton's youth-to-youth group. To accept additional unanticipated revenue of up to $3,295 from Robotics Education Development Program grant for the purpose of providing stipends, supplies, and registration costs. To accept additional unanticipated revenue up to $150,000 from the Comprehensive Support and Improvement Work Grant for the purpose of hiring consultants, purchasing intervention programs, and increasing the after-school program. Hearing will be held at Milton Town Hall commencing at 6 p.m.
Okay.
I will make a motion to approve all of the expenditures.
I'll second that.
Now, does anybody want to know what is in these first two funds, what's left in the end, what the balance will be? Because we can make the announcement now. You should have it in your docket. Page, no, not 51. Page 42. The money you have left in the district,
Oh, Nate, hold on.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Those numbers are wrong. I have new numbers for you. It wasn't just that one. It was all of them.
Oh, it was all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, then pass it up then.
I don't know.
Well, you can read it. If the public wants a copy, give them my copy, and then, as long as your figures are read out, we'll give it to Tammy, then pass the rest of the people want to pass it up to them. Does anybody want to see what's in the trust fund?
Yeah. Thanks.
Anybody else?
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm just gonna write them down.
Go ahead, would you name, what's, the one that's in the Technology Expendable Trust Fund, what's in there now?
So the ending balance? Yeah, $4,719.27.
So once we take the 4,000, so now we're only gonna have about 7,000.
So over 700, yes.
Okay, go ahead with the other one.
And the other one is the Improved Security and Expendable Trust Fund, which has $2,128.35. We take out $2,062, leaves about $60, $70 in there.
All right, do I have any discussion? Anybody got any questions?
Nope.
Okay, going, gone. The board's happy?
Yep.
Okay, I need a motion to approve. And we got it already, but,
Yeah.
Aye.
aye,
Aye.
Aye.
done. Thank you, everyone. Melissa can't make it, she's excused. was the, I got
Did you take it?
I did, you need it?
question
There you go.
Is
Go ahead,
there-
take it, that's fine.
for Earl. On that student-related thing, is anybody here?
Yeah.
The parents here?
This says 7:50.
Well, I know, but I thought there was a question about how we could do that, and then we probably could have speeded it up. Okay,
Let's do that, let's do this one.
so, that's up to the board.
What?
I have no problem. That was my
Yeah.
next question.
We'd like to announce this, right?
Well, it's up to, does the board give permission to move this up?
Yes.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll read it. The Milton School Board makes a motion to establish a committee to enter into a discussion with other school districts to determine the feasibility of our options of sending Milton middle and/or high school students to another school district, and options for receiving middle and high school students from another school district. The committee will comprise of 2 board members, 1 current student, 1 graduate student, 2 community members, 2 parents, 2 administrators, 2 teachers, and 1 support staff member, all be appointed by the school board. I make a motion that we do this.
I'll second that.
Do we have any questions or anything from anybody?
I have.
Audience? Oh, no, let me get him first.
So basically what this is you know that, I mean, people, it's all over about Rochester School, looking at Rochester, looking at Somersworth again. I guess people have been contacting us. Also looking at other department districts to take their children into the Milton School District. So not only give, but take, we're keeping all options on the table. And we're gonna use a whole variety of people from the town on a committee to try to see the viability of all these different options. This is nothing set in stone. For those of you who remember been here long enough, I've already gone through the Somersworth thing once. But, new voters, new times, we'll do it again, and we'll do it, and if this is what the voters request, we'll do it. So, I just wanted to put that out there, that it's not falling on deaf ears like it says on Facebook it is. So-
Well, that's
Go ahead.
why
Give
I
your
am,
name, please, sir.
Pam Pennell,
Go ahead.
that's why I am here, because I know you people as school employees or school board employees cannot comment on Facebook. And I don't like starting wars on Facebook. So I would like to be a voice to educate the townspeople about what is done, because I remember 5 years ago when we went through this, there was a handful of people that showed up, but everybody else yap, yap, yap all over town, but they didn't come and participate in hearing what, all the work you guys had done. So I know from, I think it was Peg Hurd, put on there that you guys had already talked to Rochester. So why do we have these people in the community going around saying deaf ears and the school board won't listen to the taxpayers when it's already been done? So I'd like to know where I could get those minutes. I did go on the school site and I did see the summers were only what they had to offer, but I didn't see like the plan that we had showing the cost and, I want to say, okay, next we'll get rid of the police, we'll get rid of the highway, we'll get rid of everything, and then we'll be a subsidy of Rochester. Instead of gone, it will be Milton. To give away everything we have in this town. That's the center of the community, that school. You go to a basketball game and that place is packed full. The middle school teams have 17, 18 kids on them. It's up and coming. The whole faculty and the school board has worked so hard to bring that school up to where it is.
Thank you.
Paul?
Well, not to be somewhat funny, but it's not about the kids, it's about the taxes, right? So we have a lot to do. I'm just kidding,
Yeah,
obviously.
so I'd like
Both
to
of my
say,
kids went through Newton.
Would you rather
That's where they plan on
control
staying.
your mortgage,
But we have
or
so
would you
much
rather
to
let
do on
somebody
this.
else?
There's so much to do on this. Saying we're gonna take a look's not saying we're sending. We
Yeah.
have to keep all the options open, keep it publicly open, keep it 100% transparent, so people will have the answers.
Right.
And then 2 years down the road, when this happens again, say, I don't know where you were all this time, but we just
Yeah,
did this.
just-
So,
I don't understand, these people they don't send their kids to school, this particular person. They've never even stepped into the school, so how do they know? I wanna put on there, you look at the NISH report, Milton has a C minus, Spalding has a C plus. 65% of Milton students are proficient in reading, 54 at Spalding. So I don't understand why they think we're doing such a bad job in this town of educating the kids.
The only thing I want to add about this committee, what I'm asking for, I don't want people to come on it that are all pro-school. Don't get me wrong. I want people from the other side. Because I want to hear, I like to argue,
Don't we all?
and I'll argue. So I want both sides. So if you're against the school, I'd like you to come on and I'd like you to take part. Paul is right. We just found out 2 days ago that Summersworth called us and wanted to take our kids. That was 2 days ago. 3:30, Earl?
Got that.
Who was here for the last time we did the Summersworth? I don't know if people remember what that was about, so I tell you what, it's gonna happen again. So I guarantee the same people that'll come out and have a vested interest in it are going to come out again. It's
Well-
not just people that want to save money.
But I want both sides of the spectrum.
Definitely. I mean, hey, we had our eyes open on Monday to do a couple things. So, vehicles and such, but
We did
anyway.
Anybody else?
Yeah, question
Sorry.
before
Larry Brown is famous, good one.
what is your pleasure for the structure of this present discussion on the handout that you gave us? Are you calling under public input, or how do you wish to handle it?
No, what do you mean by, we want people we're gonna form this committee. We want people to volunteer for it. We want it, okay?
Right,
And-
and there has been one person who spoke from their experience in terms of what they are seeing on Facebook, and I do not know names, but do you want similar comment from the public at this time on that topic?
No. I won't, sorry, Doug. I
No,
wouldn't
it's
think-
fine.
I wouldn't think it's a debate right now.
No, it's not a
It's whether or
debate.
not we want to have the committee.
Yeah.
Right.
And I know there's someone that has a petition out about going to Spalding. This should end that, because now we're gonna do more than Spalding. So I think that was one of the things we'd like the public to know more than anything. So I keep hijacking you, Doug. We're wound right up on this.
Go ahead. As long as you behave
I'm
yourself.
gonna look at this Christmas one.
Here, be careful, because I'll get it.
I'm gonna read it, I want all views. Larry again.
Excuse me, Doug?
Oh, I'm sorry, Lynette, I
think-
apologize. Oh, I meant,
See if you're right. Are you asking from us, do we want to commit now? Or, I guess that's what I'm trying to find out.
give
How is
us,
this you want
give us some, have people volunteer, turn your name in and we'll put it on a
to,
list.
okay, that's what I wanted to.
Okay, and then we'll,
Thank you.
And the regular structure of public input will come when it comes.
yes, there you go. I'm sorry I didn't mean to do that to
Who we
you.
submit it to.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The SAU, I would assume. is it
Yes.
Kathy?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry.
My name's Travis. I was gonna ask the same question, how do people submit their names to be selected? And I know that you said that you want individuals from both sides.
I do.
Is there gonna be someone overseeing the school board's decision, I guess, so you guys don't, I guess you, for lack of a better word, stack it in your favor?
So you want it to be objective?
In my statement, I think my statement should take care of that. I'm not gonna, I don't know who's gonna choose these names, but I'm not gonna cherry pick anybody. I would like to see some people from the budget committee come on.
That would be nice.
Mr. Woods, I'm asking you to come on.
I'll have to check my schedule.
Oh,
You're gonna have
boy.
your nails done like Paul, so he doesn't have
No,
to.
he had his pulled out.
Yeah, he has pulled out.
No, I'm not gonna stack this. If somebody thinks I'm that type of person, I'm not that type of person. I wanna hear opposing views, because I'll argue with you when you're not. I have a view and I'll argue with you. Talk to anybody on the board. You think I've done that, you come see me,
No, I'm
Travis.
not saying you have done that, but
Okay.
I didn't grow up in Milton, so I really don't know
Me
much
that
about
well.
the Milton School District. My daughter went for 2-3 months, and then she graduated. I
Oh,
come from a regional high school.
yeah,
So
Thank you.
my point of view on the school system is gonna be obviously different than someone who's grew up in Milton the entire time.
well, I have no
I
problems. You
think
wanna
a regional
volunteer,
school
volunteer.
system could work and produce good students, just like Milton can. It's just, from reading Facebook, both sides of the story, there are some people in this town that are dead set that Milton will have a school. They don't wanna see any other side of the story. And there are individuals who are dead set that Milton should be shipped out to Spalding, Kingswood, what have you.
Can I just say about King, you won't be going to Kingswood.
Just saying.
You will not go to Kingswood. You can beg and they have to get into Kingswood, you have to, Wakefield has to be on the lottery. They only have, that's the only way you get into Kingswood.
One quick thing, and I brought this up on Monday. I know, I don't know if it's, how many people are watching, viewing. The thing about that, we only want, new to nothing. I went to Spalding, so you know what? I know what that's about too, many years ago. But anyway, or we want them all shipped out. I think that makes it the hardest for me is the only time we really, really, really get into this debate is right about now until election time. It's when tax time comes up that everybody says we need to ship our students, we need to not do this, the school is a giant vacuum, and then come March, it all goes away again. If people would come here from the public during our meetings in the summer and say, look, have we looked at Spalding, have we looked at this, what are our alternatives besides just coming at tax time? It kind of takes the wind out of the sails of the people that do this year round and are here year round and do all this and pass the things and say no to things. And the people coming, I have no kids, never went to the school system, I pay a lot of taxes, what are we going to do to get our kids out of here? That's what makes it frustrating for me. I wish we had more year-round involvement when it comes to this stuff, when it comes to decision-making, and it's not just based on money and what are we going to do to save taxes, how are we going to save, my property taxes went up $1,200, I get it. I've been here since 1994. I've rode the wave. I still have a student in school. But we need more public input, not just during tax time. It makes it more viable from the public's point when the only time I see you is during tax time. If I saw you year round, I'm like, boy, these people are really concerned about this. They feel for the students, what a better education they could get, what other programs they could get somewhere else. And it's not just about the money like it is for the last, this is my 7th year. Every year, right about now, this happens.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
I know we're forming the committee and I know we're getting opinions, but I want to get this study done and I'm going to put it on the agenda. From this point on, I'm going to have it on every time we meet to catch the status where this project's going.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get this project studied and all I want is to be settled. I don't want to see it anymore, hear about it anymore after and get it done. I don't care. Whatever you people decide, I'll go along with it. It's going to have to be a majority vote.
Are we also going to look at regionals so that we've looked at
Look at anything what we did, we looked at, originally we went in and only picked certain schools because that was, the people that do the warrants got to be careful that are coming in because you only raised one, you only talked about one school you wanted to go to. So what we did, we went to the attorney and asked him to write a document for us so that we could cover everybody. So if you want to, you can go to try for Kingswood. I don't care. And see what they tell you. I want you to. I'm not going to stop you. You can do it on your own or you can be on the committee. We got permission right here. We're not anywhere being steered anywhere. Okay, I don't mean to look at anybody in particular, point to anybody. We can go anywhere we want. We had the attorney to write it, so we could do it.
But just to restate, yes, Lynette, we're also considering and looking, part of the package is a regional school and bringing people into Milton rather than sending out.
You're looking at the full picture.
Looking at the whole picture.
I just wanted to hear it.
Yes.
Earl? Sorry.
So you get a full gist of it is, the ex officio actually wrote it with Mr. Shute, and then the lawyer checked it and said, made his thing about a word or two. But before we committed to such an enterprise study on something that's being discussed for 25 years, we thought that we should ensure that it was legal. As Mr. Shute said, the legitimization of it is there, but the spirit of it is meant to provide an education for a student as if it were my child or your child, to do the best we can within the financial realm that we're in.
Go ahead, Mr. Woods.
I just wanted to say something about what Paul mentioned. I agree with him 100%, that But what you said was you'd like to have more public input, other than times like this, tax times and so forth. Perhaps what might calm the Indians, would be if you take the results of what you guys have done and make that public. It certainly, from what I've read on Facebook, and I'm trying desperately to stay out of it, but if they had that information similar to what you said, if you had the information from the public, so if we share information, maybe we can calm the Indians and kind of circle the wagons and have dinner together.
One quick comment.
You can.
Yep, so, two things. I don't know if anybody was around in Milton back in the time where we almost had a regional school, bringing that up.
Yes.
Carl Seaman donated some land, ready to go,
Right.
and people pulled out, so we tried that at one point. But I think I'd mentioned our last meeting before I was gone about maybe having a non-commenting Facebook page for the Milton School, for the school board. So it's just, you can't comment, but we could post, hey, this is what we did last night, we voted to have this committee meeting. And we're gonna be looking for
With
people, if you're
highlights.
interested, come to our next meeting or show your, so we're in the process of maybe doing something like that. So after we have major milestones of a meeting, we could post it for the town.
I hear what you're saying, and that's a great first step. But I think what needs to go, where it needs to go is the results of what you've done and all the work you've put in. If you can provide that, like costs and all of the stuff should be public information anyway. I know we have to publish pretty much everything that we do, so.
I would just hope they'd read it besides this time of
Well, I
year.
mean, if they don't read it, then it's their own fault, right? That's my point. But if they don't get it, now you have that underlying, we don't know, so therefore we're taking this side. And it
Thank you.
doesn't help if they don't get the information.
Now, I understand what you're saying, Mr. Woods, but what you gotta remember, there's certain non-public meeting rules, and K is the one I think I should read aloud. Consideration by a school board of entering into a student or pupil tuition contract authorized by RSA 194 or RSA 195A, which if discussed in public will likely benefit a party or parties whose interests are adverse to those of the general public or in the school district of which is considering a contract, including any meeting with the school boards or their committees thereof involved in negotiations. So when we go to talk to somebody, we have to be careful in what we're saying. We can't just go on and say we did it. We can't. We went somewhere and we were asked not to make a public comment by the people we met with. Okay? And we didn't. We adhered to what they wanted. Okay? Okay? And now, we did discuss things. Okay? Now, okay, the thing is, by doing what we've done now, the stuff will come to that committee, and that committee shouldn't need a non-public. So everything should be public,
Well, let's vote it.
okay? Anybody else have any questions? Yep, I'm sorry, Travis, go ahead.
So this committee, once it's formed, if it's formed,
Oh, it's gonna be formed.
are you gonna open discussions with the ones you've already closed discussions with? Rochester?
Oh, definitely, everybody. Everybody and anybody.
Restricted to New Hampshire schools, or you gonna cross the river to Maine?
We'll do it if you want it.
Vermont.
We talked
yeah.
about that before, but it becomes, I mean, you're on the bus at 5:30 in the morning, you get home at 4:30 in the afternoon. It becomes a point where it's just not. I mean, we'll open it up, but you gotta be reasonable in some things, so we go within reason.
If you read the words, it says any
But, I
school
mean,
districts.
It's open to
The
discussion.
fences, the fences are wide open.
To your point, though, that committee's gonna take care of all
Yep.
that, right?
Well, I hope so.
Those are the questions that will get answers,
I hope so.
yeah.
Because I wanted to put to bed once and for all, whatever which way it's gonna go. It's
Till the next-
consuming a lot of my time.
Till the next year, Doug.
No, it's gonna be on the agenda every 2 weeks. I guarantee it. Okay, I'll let Earl and then Mr.
And
Brown.
just basically, it'll be a recognized committee by the board. Somebody will take notes. It'll be the ordinary thing. It won't be a gathering info or an ad hoc or informal discussions, whatever the case is. This is a legitimatized committee. That will go under the auspices of the right to know and all the other things, just like the facilities that just met and just like the other groups that the board has.
Okay, Larry, I'm
So
sorry.
that, by history, it was Senator Warren Rudman, and it was specific legislation permitted us to join up as well with Acton. It didn't work out due to geographic tribalism. What is missing from this is the statement as whether or not this is a committee of advisement to the board or as a committee of the whole acting as the agent of the board with executive power. I suggest that the board itself is the only entity with executive power, and this is information advising the board of information that the committee has found out. And that should be the primary purpose. And then what you do not have is structure and process for contacting the other districts. A template so the questions are uniform across district by district.
That'll be the committee's job. And I think what the goal is, we'll get all the figures, bus travel, tuition, and all that. And we'll let the committee decide who they want to put on the warrant and where they want to go. Or if they want to do it. If they want to go here, or go there, or not go there, go anywhere. I'll fight if I'm still on the board to do that. So the people will get a choice. But I want all the information out there. And like I said, I want everybody different on this board. I don't want the board stacked. Anybody else?
Let's take a vote, man.
I'm ready for a vote. Okay,
Aye.
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 okay. I asked that you pass your names in. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Okay, I'll still do public comments because we were dealing with this issue. Do we have any public comments on anything on the agenda? We've discussed it. Go ahead.
I have about three pages, and if there's anyone else who has a public,
Can I say something, Larry?
yeah,
I'll stay here till tomorrow morning until 11 o'clock.
that,
Can I say
it's,
something? Because I won't.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss my work.
You should ask the rest of the committee here.
It should not take that long. And
Please.
it starts out with something that may seem off base, which is, the topic is persistence. And the New York Museum of Natural History has a wide collection of plants, including 100-year-old poison ivy. Several years ago, a staff member who was redoing the exhibits picked up the poison ivy barehanded. Guess what? Still toxic. Paul made a similar point, that this topic seems to come out around taxes and the annual meeting. I've been part of discussions of affiliation, disaffiliation, finding a new district about 3 times, going back to Bill Lender when he had the Best Schools Committee, followed by a committee under Gail Kushner. I was part of the Best Schools Initiative, and when I was chair of Stratford Regional Planning and Gail was doing a search, I asked SRPC to prepare a transportation circle and distance map showing the distances to about 5 different school districts. My presumption is that map should be available as a PDF, could be sent again to the district and used to show things. At that time, the potential partners had neither the program capacity, the program fit, nor the mutual benefit interest in either affiliation or tuitioning out. I was on the disaffiliation committee formed by Superintendent Tercey. My conclusion carried at that time, to stay with Wakefield for what I described as goodwill and good hope. I attended later joint board meetings and saw little of either. It was a time of bitter antagonisms toward Milton and our shared superintendent, and discourtesy to Lou Snyder, whose health was not good. I have not forgotten that. It is little exaggeration to say that some members of that Wakefield board viewed students and staff as cheap commodities that could be bought, and they would micromanage things to count the cans of peas in the cafeteria. I wrote down a list of topics I can think of that are part of every district's operation, in-house, tuitioned in, or tuition out. You have pupil costs, general, IEP, advanced placement, voc tech, transportation, physical plant, administration, community identity, and social structure. You have control and feedback of students' performance. You have access and accountability to the physical location of the school board. You have travel time versus academics. Right now, pupil costs are driven by state and federal mandate, by special ed rights under an IEP, individualized educational program, by third-party AP or voc tuition costs. Students from Milton are not absorbed into another district classes without a premium to compensate the new host for its costs. No district will take our students at less cost than their own. All associated costs, be it an IEP or an AP placement or a voc tech program, are on a charge assigned back to Milton. Administration, grant administration, and vendor tracking. The district, if I remember correctly from Nate, has approximately 1,000 vendors.
Yes.
That will not cease. Neither will state and federal Department of Education compliance approved by report cease. Special costs, non-teaching, such as guidance, para, speech therapy, guidance will not change either by local budget nor by a cost plus basis at District X. Quite literally, no sarcasm. If we tuition our students out, the cost of toilet paper will go down. Water costs will go down. The toilets will be flushed fewer times. But the major cost of the physical plant will continue. And if you look at the expenses of Wakefield and Middleton right now, you can see that local proof. Community. This is a broad topic. It includes community identity, the social nature of school, and Milton as a place. It includes short distance access to teachers, short travel times, and a close distance access to the school board, superintendent, and principals. This is particularly important to parents whose children have an IEP, dependent school districts which are purchasing services, good services and goodwill, even so are at a disadvantage for travel time and access to their students, teachers, and to administrative staff when there is a problem. This is a point that Lou Snyder made time and time again in the discussion we had with Summersworth. A standalone district has control, feedback, access, and accountability. Non-tangible. There is a growing body of reports from psychology, from medicine, from social work and educational research that teenagers do not get enough sleep, and a later school day start a valuable thing. The latest thing I read, and this is on college, but it's still funny. One of the best ways to make sure you never major in a given field is to have that course meet at 8 a.m. on a Monday morning. You will never go back for a second class. The point is a serious one. When I got the transportation circle maps for Gail Kushner, it was easy to see what the time commitments would be for travel to X or Y for Milton, and conversely, what other districts would be facing coming in to Milton. Transportation costs sending students out, if anything, will be higher. You will lose the flexibility of any savings of double buses, and by definition, your transportation routes will be longer, more wear and tear on buses, and the cost of transportation will go up. Contract issues. FIFO, first in, first out. If 4 teachers, this is absolute hypothetical figures, they're not real numbers, but you can follow it. If 4 teachers are needed per 100 students, okay? You have math, science, English, social studies, and then art, music, shop, and vocation, and phys ed. Shall we say 30 line items in an instructional basis? If you cut that in half, you cut that number of 30 in half. Those 15 item lines will be filled at any other district that accepts our students. There are no savings. You have to consider what your contractual obligations will be with poor teachers versus rich teachers in a rich district, overpaid Milton teachers in a poor district. Any new alignment has to offer better program capacity, program access, program control. It has to be a benefit to the social community that is the town and school. Last thought. What people call the failure of public education is the failure of this state to fund it out of general revenue. That policy throws good members of the community against each other, and a residential tax policy that favors wealth over income. You can go to any tax evaluation based on the internet. It doesn't matter whether it is conservative, liberal, Democrat, or Republican. Each one of those will show the increased tax burden using $100,000 as an income. As your income goes down, the cost to your resource, your wealth, your income goes up. That is just basic law of New Hampshire property taxation. Thank you.
Now, I got a question for you, Larry. Now, are you pro keeping the kids, or are you just going down the middle of the line? Because what I have to do is, if you're pro school, and I have somebody that doesn't want the school and has another different viewpoint, I have to offer it.
The question that I put to you is, what is the structure and format of the committee? What executive authority does the committee have? Does it operate as a committee in negotiation with another school district? Does it collect information and feed it back as the state legislature does, as a report of the majority and a report of the minority for the legislature to take action? You are the only legal entity that can enter into contracts and make decisions.
That I understand, but also I want you to bring back me all the information. Then I'll go along with the committee wants. Well, I hope I'm on the board. I don't know what's going to happen next year or the year after, but I will put it on there. I'll fight for it.
I'll interrupt you, interrupting me, interrupting you. What I tried to do was give you the close to 20-year assessment I have had of working with different committees, what issues came up, and what the pluses and minuses of those, and what Gail Kushner and Michael Tercey, McIntyre, I've forgotten his first name, he was here for such a short period of time.
Jay.
Jay?
Jay, yes, thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Anybody else? it's an open, well, okay, go ahead, I have no
Well,
problem.
what, did we ever, remember 5 years ago when they looked into
Can we
having
have your
Newt-
name, please?
It's Pam
Pam
Pennell.
Thank you.
When they looked into Newt being a historical building and having it classified to get grants to fix it up, did that ever?
No, never went anywhere. Okay, no, it did not.
I really, really wanted to do it, but every turn that I made or took, it was like boing, 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 and
It's hard to get that status.
Yeah, it would be absolutely awesome to get that status. And I actually got the name of somebody in town who was related to Mr. Newt.
Oh.
That, with budget season, I'm sorry, I've not had time to contact the person and actually spend some time with them.
That would be awesome.
But hopefully I'm going to actually talk with him this coming Saturday.
Oh, good.
But I would love to do it. I think it would be incredible.
Yeah.
But nobody seems to have any information.
On
It's
Monday, there's a new historical representative that we may be having. Do you know about it?
no who?
No, okay. It's not a who yet.
What?
What it is an organization that
Okay.
will be helping with things like that. Ask the BOS, that's where it happened in that meeting. Look at the minutes.
What meeting was
Do you
it?
remember that? Were you weren't there, were you?
Yes, that was.
Oh, you were, okay.
What meeting was it? You know?
Yeah, it was
It was
BOS.
No, I mean like this last.
Monday.
Oh, okay, Monday. All right. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
uh,
Okay.
We're sidetracked.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
I'll stand and voice what occurred there.
People speak.
The,
I know what you mean.
Uh,
That's it.
Through the action of the selectmen, the town is interested in developing an historic commission which differs from an historic district. The commission is basically like, not to be sarcastic, but a garden club with the selectmen's blessing, doing inventory, to be a cheerleader, to identify properties, to give a sense of the history of what the community has. It has no money to operate. To make Newt a federally protected historic site, you start out with a detailed history of the construction, followed by detailed architectural drawings. When we did it for the Farm Museum, it was a $15,000 to $20,000 expense, and that was some 15,
But they
no,
went
maybe
as
20,
connections.
20 years
What?
ago.
You're donating?
Jan has had some of the best thoughts on that, because the having Newt as a protected historic building, outside facade, inside can be changed, is not as useful perhaps as having accreditation. And as I understand it, and she may speak for herself, her work has concentrated on the things that can be done within the new and changing requirements of a certification. Because we will not be able to show the paved parking lot and the 100 acres per X number of students, but these are now doable criteria, as I understand it from her.
Yes, it's not the building, it's what goes on inside the building.
Okay, anybody else, quickly, because I'm gonna end this discussion on this topic. Anything else? Going, gone. Okay, moving on to the minutes for public session minutes, 12/10/2019.
I'll make a motion to approve the public meeting minutes for December 10th. I had one correction. Item number 4, it should be abstained, not abstained. Down at the bottom.
What?
Do I have a second on that?
I'll
Sorry.
second that. That was exciting.
I'm sorry, I apologize for my spelling.
That's okay.
Now, Emily, you seconded that?
Yeah,
And you would, 'cause some people weren't. Any more
I'm
discussion?
always there, Greg.
I'm sorry?
I'm always there.
You're always Emily?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Paul?
Abstained.
Abstain? Okay,
That's the latest word.
okay, moving on. Public session minutes for December 12th, 2019?
I will, how about the 11th?
December 10th or 11th?
11th, I'm
The
sorry. What did I
11th,
say?
yes, you said the 12th, 'cause
I'm sorry.
it's December, that's all right. I will make a motion to accept the public session minutes for December 11th with minor corrections that have been sent to Tammy and incorporated.
I'll second that one, but I just have a question. I know you caught the name that Tammy called me.
Yes.
Did you get this one?
Yes, hour.
Okay, then, I second that and I go along with her correction. Yeah, Paul,
Abstain.
abstain?
Aye.
Okay, all right. Same thing again. I'll try to get it right. December 11th, 2019, non-public.
I will make a motion to approve the non-public meeting minutes of December 11th with one very minor correction that Tammy has already taken care of.
Second.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, Paul?
Abstain.
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, moving on. On the agenda, the 18th wasn't on there, but I added it
Oh, that's
later
right,
on.
there's
But
a-
it still deals with minutes. Okay. The only person that was excused was the secretary. She can't vote.
You can't even write it.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, do we have any corrections?
There was some spacing. Those are the ones that I gave you Monday
I
night
wrote
with some
it. I
spacing.
wasn't there and I wrote it.
Okay, you see, so you're gonna second, motion?
Yes, with
Okay.
spacing corrections.
Uh,
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody else have any corrections? Paul?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh,
I
aye.
was there for this one.
Okay, all right.
I was the one that wasn't.
I
And,
thought you and I went aye, aye.
Okay, no, I do have an 18th. Okay, that's that one. Then we got December 18th. This was the school warrant article meeting minutes.
Oh, yeah,
This was the, okay. Okay, do I have a,
I'll make a motion to accept the 18th.
okay. I got a second?
Yeah, I second that.
Do we have any corrections anywhere? You're taken care of?
I made a mistake, Doug. I was there for this one, but I wasn't there for the last one. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
This
you're
is the
killing
warrant
me.
one. I was able to get for the warrant one,
The
but
first.
not for the one after the warrants.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Sorry about that. So
So
I abstained the
abstain.
last one and then yes on this one.
Okay, I'm sorry, all right.
Yep.
Okay, Paul?
Sorry. Aye.
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 Like I said, Melissa's excused. Okay.
Could I make a correction to the December 11th meetings?
Okay, go ahead.
It's just, number 4, when I talked about the graduation rate, is that dropout rate, and graduation rate together do not equal 100. Because there's kids who take a 5th year, don't get counted, and kids who finish with a GED or high set aren't in that number. So the minutes are fine in that the dropout rate was 1.42%, but it said with 98% of students graduate. No, they complete the program, they don't graduate. They don't consider somebody who has a high set or GED graduating. So I don't know if that one word makes a difference or not. They complete a program. 98%
So
of the
just
kids
put
complete a
98% of the students complete the program.
program, but
Did
not
you get a
fully
certificate
graduate.
though?
Complete a program.
They get a GED certificate.
Okay.
It's a general equivalency diploma, basically, but it's not they are not considered graduating from our school.
Okay, so
So
I
our
just
dropout rate
changed it.
was 1.42%, but our graduation rate was not 98% because those students are not considered graduating.
Well, sorry about that.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay, before we move on, we got a nice letter from the
Got it.
town clerk and the tax collector, where the school board messed up the tax bills coming out. We had a couple of volunteers that went forward and helped. Peg Hurd and myself. I would like to express my gratitude to the following people who took the time out of their busy day on December 10th to help the tax office stuff the tax bills. And then also Noreen Nason was there, Peg Hurd and myself. Of course, Michelle DeChamp was there. And just want to put that in the minutes.
Nice.
He helped. Okay. Okay, Earl, you are up.
Okay, before when Ms. Pennell spoke, it was very interesting because it looked like you were reading off my notes here. The day before vacation, the night of vacation, Friday before vacation came, it was outstanding. Our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade girls basketball team played, followed by our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade boys basketball team, followed by the big boys basketball team. And it was extraordinary. I walked in the gym was filled. It was one of the nicer crowds in the last 4 years that I've seen. And we have some extraordinary students, even though it's Pam's son. Red, she's just doing an unbelievable job with the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade team. They're fired up. They're all feeling good about themselves. Everybody on the whole entire team gets in, plays, and does an extraordinary job. And the varsity played very well. As I remember, I think the score was 60-56, and they played very, very well. They were prepared. They were enthused. And the fascinating thing is that the numbers are up among the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams. Also, too, Al Goodwin is resurrecting the cheerleading team. And so we have a very good winter, and we're working very hard with the girls' basketball numbers and the existing in-house athletic director and so forth. So we're, I think there's some very good times ahead as far as the athletics is concerned. Also, too, on January 13th, the profile of a grad. I would like to thank John Safina, Jan, and Emily. Emily has done a fantastic job with this. She has represented the board well in this committee. And it's kind of interesting, I don't want to go back there because it was a very lengthy discussion, but our professional development, we work with the staff. There were some real questions, the staff feeling that they didn't have any input and say in what the professional development was, the plan was the last time. And there was a whole lot of stuff behind it. That worked out extraordinarily well. The profile of a graduate, we have like 15 folks, wouldn't you say? Or more. And it was so enthusiastic. We met during the day, and then we met at night. This time we're meeting on Monday, January 13th from 12:30 to 2:30, and it's a very enthusiastic group, and it's a well worthwhile. And people said again, well, we've met before, nothing ever happened, da 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 da. Well, Larry Brown, and I'm not going to take half an hour, but there's a 25-year history of this other committee and going to this and regionalized and this and that. But I guess the old coach of me, I believe in a team, and I believe in working together in having something to show at the end of the day. So the profile of a graduate, if any of you are free between 12:30 and 2:30, although Emily is so fired up with this, and Jan and John, that for the first time we were going during the day and at night, we did like 5 hours of profile of a graduate. In one day, you know, the show played during the day. We had that show, and then we had a night show as well. So if you couldn't make it during the day, you came at night. You came at night to see the film. But we invite you there for that. And I would like to thank all of the parents and all of the people in staff and administration and everything on the profile of the, I think it's really working out well. And when we reach close on it, we'll share it with everyone. And
Did you have anything else?
no,
No, people do understand that we did send a letter to, can I bring that up now? Is that a problem? I think we already alluded. We contacted the Wakefield to take kids in, okay? And the superintendent did call me back today. And I might be, I lost my note where I had the dates.
okay.
Was it the-
I had spoken to Jerry Gregoire, who's the school superintendent there. As you know, 4 years ago, we were at Wakefield and Milton. So I kind of was there, and Jerry was in charge of the school principal there. So we had talked about it, and then we sent a correspondence to them a little while ago indicating that we would like to appear at a school board meeting to discuss the possibilities of Wakefield students attending Newt. So today, this Mr. Shute and I called Willette Bob, who's the chair of their school board. Bob said, yeah, I know Earl had talked to Jerry about coming to a school board meeting, and subsequently, he does a real good job with the board there, right on top of things. He had Jerry Gregoire call Doug and set it up. And the dates, as I remember, there was January 22 and February 4th. Not bad for a guy my age, huh? Okay. And I would recommend that we do it on February 4th. That way we could come back to the board next time and kind of collect our thoughts about what we're going to do when we go there. But for now, what we would be looking for, I'm glad you reminded me of that, is acknowledgement or a motion from you for the board to move ahead on February 4th. And whatever is done there will embed itself to the committee, right? You see what I'm saying? So whatever, as this committee is formed, one of the things that they'll already have existing is this.
Well, we can probably make that announcement ahead of time. Shouldn't be
Yeah.
any problem.
Yeah, but for now, all I'm recommending that the board do
Yeah.
is to approve the board going to Wakefield on February 4th to their school board meeting.
Now, the person see, I want to review, and the person that originated this request was Peg Hurd, and I was more than happy to go along with it, because I want to look everywhere, okay? And she originated that request, and.
So you need board approval for that?
Yes, we do.
I'll make a motion.
Oh, thank you.
I'll second it.
Any more discussion from anybody? All right. I'll start with Emily this time.
Aye.
Peg?
Aye.
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 So we want to go on, we're going to go
February 4th.
on February 4th. 4th, I'm sorry, it's my team. And I'll call him and tell him.
We'll, I think we're a good team.
Okay.
I get stuck on words and you
Yeah.
say
I
more like.
drop them. Okay. All right, moving on to the, I wish Mr. Wood had stayed for this.
Finances.
Comment here. You all done, Earl?
Unless you have something else.
No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. I found out today from Kathy, this is only an estimate, in our, I forget if I can, tell me if I get it wrong, it's our hot lunch program, Feed the Kids. We have 500 kids, and 161 are free and reduced, that take the rate. And that adds up to 32.2% of our kids take free and reduced lunch. Okay,
But what did we say that was?
Estimate.
Pending?
it's an estimate. What else?
Yeah, you got it.
Estimate. What's on the bottom? My thumb was on it, estimate. Okay. Here we go. Go ahead, I'm
Just
sorry.
quickly, Nate, what is the percentage that we need to have for the fresh fruits and vegetables? That grant. It seems to me it was like 42 or 43%.
They change it every year.
That's
Oh, do
what I
they?
think, too.
It was like
Well,
47.
The year we
45.
didn't qualify, I think was around 38-39%.
Okay, all right. Okay, just
We
because
do-
that's a great program.
We do currently have it, just
Right, I
so
know we
everybody
did this
knows.
year,
Yeah.
but
So less people are applying for it, or what's happening? Because I thought by us raising the rates would push more, because the people's income would push more people onto the program, and that is not happening?
Not dramatically, no.
No, right. Well, that's good to know then. I mean, I thought that would happen.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to push people, I want people to eat, but that way we get the grant money, okay. Anything else? I'll move on to the financial reports. Okay, that would be page 9. Just out here. Okay, right now, what are we, January? For the rest of the year, now you know what I'm gonna ask you, Nate. Right now, we only have $501,801 left and 27 cents. Okay, that has not been encumbered, is that correct?
I have yet to encumber everything 100% still.
Okay,
The reason that dropped down so much is because we were able to figure out how to encumber payroll deductions.
okay.
For example, the biggest expense would be the health insurance.
yeah.
All the stuff that's paid by us out of payroll. That being said, I haven't had a chance to double check that either. I do believe that it's wrong.
I mean, the numbers should be lower or higher.
So I think our bottom line is going to go higher.
So we're gonna have
It'll be more than 5%.
We're gonna have more than 5% left.
I believe so, yes.
Well, I guess that's a good
I'm
number.
hoping to have it done. We're so busy. It's January. We've got W-2s, ACA reporting, budget stuff. My goal is to have it completely done by next board meeting, but I can't promise you.
I won't hold you to it.
Okay.
Anybody else have any question on the operating budget? Go ahead.
Just very, very quickly, Nate, the only thing that I'm really seeing that's over is health insurance, so,
That's the big question I have.
Yeah.
I don't want to bore people with the details,
no, don't,
but it's not accurate, and I just need to
Okay.
figure out how to make it accurate.
All right, because just looking through, it was
Yeah.
over, and it's all health insurance, and I thought, ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, monthly revenue report for 2019. Okay, is there any questions?
No, but I do want to thank Nathan for putting the names of the grants in there instead of just the numbers.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
No, I have a question
Oop.
for change. On your page 2 of that, well, be page 36 or 2. Is that the amount that we have for grant money coming in? On the back, the 5,931,000 projected? We haven't collected yet? Or is it do we have it?
Well, that
That's
5.9 is both operating budget and grants combined.
Okay, all right.
The 331,000 is the current amount coming that we have been approved for and budgeted for. I'm sorry,
Okay,
budgeted
okay,
for grants.
okay.
For example, some grants, like Title I, we're constantly going back and forth, adding more stuff to it. Because we're approved for, I don't remember off the top of my head how much it was, but we haven't budgeted that much, so that number may go up too. Does that make sense?
All right. All set with that one? I got a hand, I can't see it, so speak up. Another the same one or different one? Not the grant report? That was revenue, I'm sorry.
You said revenue. I think it
Oh, I
is.
did, I thought I said, well, the next one.
Yeah, she mentioned the grants.
Okay, I see. The next one is a grant report from 12/20/2019. Okay. That's from all right, okay. So we haven't got our full amount of money for the grant yet.
This was-
I think that's all we have. That's all we have. Anybody else? Now, you was gonna give us a new paper, a page,
Yeah, you should have
42?
gotten it by now. If not, I put them somewhere. But I
okay.
passed them out when we were discussing the public hearing.
No, this one.
Did you not keep one?
Well, I think I gave, you know what happened?
You gave them away.
I
yeah.
gave them away, so.
Does anybody else need one?
That's all right, I'll pass it to her.
I updated my own.
Okay, all right. All right, so- But we didn't read those figures aloud anyway, so. It's hard to keep track of what's in those trust funds because we have to get the report from somebody else.
Well, for example, I'm reporting on October 31.
Yeah,
It's January.
I'll get it. I don't worry about that. Yeah, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Who's all done?
All done? Okay.
I'm just writing on it, go ahead.
No, I thought you was writing me a message.
Well,
Now, next thing is SAU request, I think
Yeah,
that's you.
so, I want to start by mentioning on the expense report, page something. I'll get there. Okay. Page 26 of the actual report.
The last page.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why it took me so long.
Okay.
Line, unemployment line, 2 unemployment lines right there. You're gonna see the 2900 52600-.1 and 2.
Yep.
We budgeted 6600 and 10,000. We're not gonna have that expense this year because we got the premium holiday from Primex, and they're crediting us $34,736.87. So that's savings that we didn't
can you give me the total
anticipate.
again, please? Give me the total again, please.
34,736.87.
Thank you.
So I'm just mentioning that because I am asking for a little bit of money. It's only like 2,000.
Well, you know what, can I ask you a question first?
Go ahead.
Yep.
Before we go to spend it? Where else are you going to be showing it? Because that's only $17,000,
Yeah, so that's gonna be a credit.
right?
So that credit is going to carry forward.
Okay. So
So
Primex
that'll
does,
carry over until next year.
okay, so Primex does our unemployment.
Yes, they do unemployment, they do property liability,
Yeah, I knew that they did the
and
insurance.
workers' comp
Okay,
too.
all right.
So the request I have is for the SAU for $2,640. It covers, if you notice, since the beginning of the year, you haven't been getting updates on the student activities accounts.
Mm.
That's because when we purchased the software in January of last year, they didn't have a module like ADS did. ADS was our previous software. So we had to do it manually, which we're doing now. But they have since developed the module for the student activities. So the request is to have the information we have migrated, and then have the annual $505 for the module. That means we would actually be going forward and being on par with how it was in ADS, if that makes sense.
So the software is $21.35, and then the 505 is the kind of maintenance fee, annual maintenance fee or
Yes.
whatever? Okay.
Yeah, and again, the 505, I don't remember how much it was, but we were paying that in previous years with ADS.
So this item will give you that one page we're missing about the student activities on their accounts. So,
It's
It's a financial risk.
it's a huge burden, because as of right now, Sue and I have to do it. Every transaction that happens, we have to put it in the system. So right now, anybody who secretaries from the schools who handle giving us that paperwork have no idea how much the balances are, because they don't have access to it. So they have to call us.
so by getting this program or this module,
It
it'll
goes back
save
to
us
them.
time,
It goes back to them.
and then,
So they can enter it, they have the control, we reconcile it, but they immediately put the requisitions in.
they'll be doing the work instead of you.
They'll be doing the work. Most importantly, they'll be able to have instant balances too.
Well, so you want a motion to appropriate the 2,640?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to expend $2,640 for an additional module that has now come out with a new system.
Do we have a second anywhere?
Second.
Oh.
So this,
Go ahead.
the 505 we were paying before, right along the line for years and years.
Yes.
This is just to implement the one module to get us back to where we were again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
But I have a couple more questions for you. So would this complete our module? Are we gonna need any more modules down the
No.
road? We should be done? We
This will
should-
bring us up to par with what we've had before.
Okay,
And we never needed any other ones. The only other one that we could even consider is for grants, but it's not worth it at all.
for the grants?
Yeah,
What, do you have a rough idea what the cost is? Just,
it would be about the same,
oh, okay.
but it would be more time consuming, and it wouldn't generate the reports that we would need.
Okay,
So it's not even worth looking into.
okay. All right. Anybody's got any questions on the board? Emily?
Aye.
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 It's done.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. All right, where are we here? That was your essay? Okay. All right. So we picked one, sure my notes are right. Now, we're probably we're doing the district cover, okay?
All set? You all set?
Is he here? I don't think he's here.
Nate needs to read something and then
I need to read something at some point.
Well, then, this is the perfect time,
Okay.
while you're warmed up. Go ahead.
All right, I got a statement that I wanted to read on behalf of the administration.
You want,
Take a copy and just pass it down, please.
do we have enough, you just made copies for us?
Yeah. There's like 15 copies.
Oh, you want to put them on the audience after? Bob, do you want a copy?
Sure.
Okay. Maybe people can, I can pass this,
you can use that, John, you can hand them out. Here, I know.
Here, just take the stack, you keep that
Here,
one.
here, no, I know.
Oh, one more, okay.
I think I know.
you take mine, give me mine till I'm done, please.
You gonna read it, Nate?
I'll read it if you want me to, yeah.
Yeah, well,
I think we should.
go ahead, I'll listen.
On behalf of the Business Department Administrative Team, it is recommended to restore the funds in the Milton School Board budget to be equal to the amount that was approved by the school board on December 10th, 2019. Further, on January 6, 2020, the school board voted not to approve the budget committee's proposal from January 3rd, 2020 of cuts totaling $177,176.09. The budget committee's reductions were based on their misunderstanding that the budget had been fully encumbered in November, and any monies left were not going to be spent. The budget balance figures used to determine these cuts were based on only 3 months of our school year. In the November 13th, 2019 school board meeting, it was asked by the board chair if all necessary funds were encumbered, and the business administrator responded that all necessary funds were not encumbered at this time. Despite this, the November financial statements were used to create these cuts. The administrative team appreciates the support of the school board and their confidence in our proposed budget. All of the departments have justified and are very confident in the budget we proposed and feel it is the best interests of the education, health, and safety of all our students and staff. Sincerely, the administrative team.
Okay, we had I'm gonna reiterate, we had a talk with the attorney today, and he could not understand why anybody this early in the budget season would determine a budget by what's been spent up to November. It should have been done later in the year, and I know, and we're all in our learning process. Anybody else?
For those that came in, if you could please just make sure you sign in when you leave, so I have your names. That'd be great.
Oh, it's up to him.
Thank you.
What do we need to do with this?
Yes,
Douglas.
Douglas, it is.
It is, okay.
That's the time.
Can I ask for,
Oh, non-public?
well, I don't know if I want to do no.
Okay.
I just want to ask a question. I'd like to ask for about, make a motion for about a 2-minute recess.
Okay.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Paul?
Aye.
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 Can I talk to the parent?
Jan, can you come up, please?
You want to come up there with me, or?
Yeah. Jan.
No, we're not in the non-public. You don't have to leave.
So everybody else can stay.
Everybody else can stay.
Sit down.
Tim, we just asked that be entered into the minutes as part of the budget.
Oh, this letter?
Not necessarily.
That's what we did that.
Oh, I wrote that.
It's great, but not.
Didn't I just write that? I just wrote that.
But the actual letter too.
Oh, understand. I gotcha.
What do you say?
Thank you.
They want it.
Did we ask to be entered into the minutes as part
Okay,
of
good.
the
I
budget?
was gonna say that.
Yeah.
You'd be good.
But we went to-
Tammy, can you make sure that goes into the minutes?
Well, since you asked me.
Have a good one, Paul.
Have a good evening, sir. Yeah, you as well. Thank you for your presentation. Could you enter that in the minutes, please? That I told Bob, good evening. Round and round.
This is gonna drag out. We still got a lot to do.
I'm just tired. It's getting icy.
And unfortunately, it's all my stuff.
Yeah. It's your
John
fault.
gets to go.
It's your fault.
Bob gets to go.
Your fault.
Stupid business.
What is this?
What?
The business. What is it?
Oh, the just report. I'm a little upset. Usually I get to see those.
What is it? I don't know what that means.
So, for the annual report that we have to send to the voters,
Yeah.
we always vote on a art drawing from one from each school to be the cover and the back.
So do we have something to look at? Is that what we're?
Apparently, I haven't even seen
There's
them.
none in here.
I haven't even seen them. I think Doug has them.
Is it evil that made me happy?
What's that?
Is it evil that made me happy?
Yes.
Nope, so it made me happy.
I knew it. I'm reading them like Nathan's so happy right now. He's just
And I was too.
doing his new reports on his
I was
posters.
going around telling everyone.
Victory.
Yep. That was an awful experience, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but I didn't.
She shot herself in the foot, though.
Like really? I'm just talking about it later.
Yeah.
It's you we're talking about, so we have to figure out a cover story. We'll talk about it later.
Yep.
I'm shooting myself in the foot, Bob.
You're being fresh. We are being fresh. We're tired and
I'd have to look at the minutes.
Okay,
Hi, sir.
I think my time is up. Sit back down.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Okay, what's next? And I might take a couple of minutes,
Just a motion back.
make a motion that we go come back in.
Thank
Second.
you.
A second?
Second.
Paul?
Aye.
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 Okay, we're back in. What it is the covers for the book, back and front. Now, is this one, I think this is elementary school here. So we gotta,
Which book?
the school report.
Okay, that's
Annual
what, make
report.
sure, because you didn't say you said the book, so I
No,
want to make
I
sure
know,
the
I know,
audience
I
The
knows.
book.
I don't know how you
This
wanna
one?
do. No.
Oh, no, the annual
we have
report,
The one
that's
that goes
right.
to the voters.
The annual report, yeah.
$250 we paid for it. This is all the samples. So this is the, I think, the high school, is that right, Jim?
We usually pick one for the cover and one for the back,
Yeah.
right? High school and elementary school.
I don't
That's
have
the
a
middle
say,
school?
but I wanted to,
The middle school's right here,
wanted
8th
to
grade.
look.
Was there a
I
theme?
think hers were all 6 on the.
Self-portraits like that.
Okay.
There's never,
Wow.
well,
And that's gonna
I
be
just know
elementary
that my
school.
kids did
Maybe they
self-portraits,
had a
and isn't that
theme.
what that looks like?
Take a look at those and see which one you'd want.
So one's for the front cover, one's for the back
Correct.
cover, right?
Sorry, I mixed up here.
I forgot which one last year.
Want me to just give them back?
Well, I don't, did you make
You
it?
looked
We,
at it.
no, we,
Oh,
well,
did you-
we have a group, right? We got all those
Those
too?
are different.
No, those.
This is the other page.
Does that go with it too?
Yes.
Okay, so those are the fronts and those, so far.
I haven't seen these yet.
Oh, well, come look.
Sorry, you don't count.
Yeah.
So it'll be one out of all these,
Okay,
One out of these.
and those.
know your place, I know, right?
What is more over there?
One of these days you're gonna whack me.
Oh, you'll know it when I whack you. You'll know it.
Yes.
What?
Every single one's
Right,
better
I
than
need
the
your- I have a
Like
question.
this
Oh,
one?
yeah.
My like,
I'm not just saying that either.
well, same. I like that one.
Yeah.
I like this one. I know. It is really cute though. There's lots of details. Top 3.
Well, you got more to look at over here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Well,
know, we're
one's
just.
for the front and one's for the back,
No, no,
right?
no.
Oh, we wanna see.
Oh,
those
these
too.
are all,
One
oh.
page,
What are we doing for the back?
right here.
So that's gonna be the front
God.
page. All these are for the
Oh, I
front
thought,
page.
I thought
I'm
he had
sorry.
split them up into back and front.
So did I.
No, I didn't, I just asked him.
Doug,
I'm sorry.
mayhem.
So I'm a man, can't get it right.
Heads.
Quite a self-portrait. But that's
Oh, but
similar,
that's-
so it
yeah.
must be something else.
Yeah,
Pretty.
yeah. Alright, so this is the last self-portrait.
I'm still sticking to my top 3.
No? Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked
Oh,
like
I
there
do
was
like
colors in that.
I know. Self-portrait, but then we've got these round things. I wonder what that,
Maybe you should just pick
The top 3 you put on the
On the
top.
top.
And then
Let's see if they match.
Wait, you
the other one, that
That
one.
one.
you like that? No,
Out of that pile is that.
Yeah.
Anybody for this one?
And then the rest are out of that.
Does anybody like this one?
We like all of them.
I know that's, it's
We like
To be clear,
This is gonna take a while.
gonna be 11 o'clock in the morning, people. I'm gonna hold them up. Who wants
Do
this?
you guys like the top 3 on that pile?
Okay, I'll hold these up then, okay, sorry, all right.
I
just
think-
let us see, Doug.
Let them see.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
yeah. There we go.
Yep,
Yep.
Yes,
yep,
those were our.
yep.
Yep. Yep.
Is anybody,
And then we picked, because you gave us that pile separately, we
Yeah.
picked that red and green one from that
Yeah.
pile. So,
this one here?
anybody got a vote? This is gonna be in the front cover of the annual report.
Why don't we,
Dun, dun, dun,
anybody?
1,
Anybody?
2, 3, or 4.
Well, you gotta hold them straight.
This is one.
Starting one.
That's true, start from that end.
4. Raise your hand for 1.
Which
One. How many for one?
Hands up for one. Okay, we got one. All right, there's 2 votes for one.
Put it down with that one, anybody like that one?
Number 2. Oh, which one? You doing number
Yep,
4?
that's
Oh,
number,
you
no,
want
that's
two.
number 2.
No, you're okay.
Stop muddying the waters, Doug.
Okay.
Yeah, number 2.
Number, all right,
No.
number 3, go. No, put that one down. Number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for 3.
Would you count me?
5 for 3.
Hey,
then
I'm
4.
sorry, everybody.
6. I mean 4.
I mean 12.
2 for 4. Okay, so number 3 it is. That
Number
one.
three.
Okay,
That's for the front cover.
whatever cover it is,
This
it's,
is
Oh,
for,
one of the covers.
thank you, everybody.
that's for the front cover.
Okay.
That's one I voted for too. So yeah, we had actually
Give 'em-
6.
Inside of the dust jacket.
What's that?
What's gonna be on the inside of the dust jacket?
I,
I think it's a list of school board
Yeah.
members.
Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah, it's-
No, we're gonna have one
Last
for the
year was,
back.
'cause it
We're
was
gonna
a
have
really
picture
good
for
one.
the back too.
But it's usually not like that.
well, because there is a picture on this one, the last year's.
Yeah,
It
because
was,
you
it was
guys.
new.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
we had, yeah.
Yeah, it was somebody
Because it
did
was a
new.
cool-
Yeah, so it'll just be the front cover and then the back cover.
Yeah.
Those will be the 2.
Okay, so I will take this tomorrow and deliver it.
Here are the others.
Okay, all right, there's that one. Let me get it out of the way here.
The back one's a whole. That's for that.
The back?
It's
Oh
like a
my God.
Yes.
1,000 of them.
You
Let's
all
do
gotta
that.
take part.
Let's do that one later.
Next week.
That's a lot.
Well, I don't know how you want to handle that.
Oh, all of them? That huge pile?
No,
We're gonna
yeah.
do them soon, guys.
Why don't we do the boring stuff? Like go over the stuff for
Boring
the meeting while a couple people look through those.
Yeah, there you go.
You want
We'll
the
keep it
audience?
progressing.
No,
Oh, that's right.
Let the audience have a look.
I'm so confused.
Doug, give me the pictures.
Emily, you're in charge.
I'm in charge of pictures now. Continue. Give me half of them.
Don't you worry.
No, the next
This is our
thing,
comedic
it's your
section.
job.
This is comedic session.
Okay. So
Okay.
Can we handle this without the board paying attention?
yes,
Sure.
I vote for all of them.
NHSBA resolutions. This is
Page
the meeting
40.
that I'm going to.
45.
Yep.
I think that's just announcing it.
Yeah, that's announcing it, and then
But
the other
then
one is
weren't
just says.
everybody's supposed to look at it and...
No, not that piece. Not the one just saying what we're doing. So this, yeah, pages 46 through 60.
Yeah. I was supposed to read and have
I
the
did.
The one,
recommendation.
yeah, 60. Well, this is just, so the first one is continue resolution, and the policies, resolutions, and statements, they usually pass every time. That really has nothing to do with individual school boards.
1 through 5.
1 through 5, correct?
All right. You put that one down.
Yeah, and then pages 48 through 60 is just their policies manual. And the one about the questions I don't see.
But it should be there.
Nope, it's not in here. Continuing resolution, so I think I have the one that has the actual questions. I thought I did. With what the school board association
Wants to do.
opinion is and all that.
Position on each of them.
Right. I read all those, and it was the overall agreement that the school board association's rule, some of these were like way out there, but the school board association either put out an agreement or an amendment.
Right.
And the amended one, I think, is what the most logical one is. I don't know why we don't have what the board did, what the school board association did to each one of these.
Well, any that were not that far out, but then had their amendments, I thought were fine.
So in January, at the end of January, I have to go to the New Hampshire School Board Association delegates meeting. All the school boards from New Hampshire go to Concord on that Saturday for a delegates meeting, and we vote, individual school boards can vote on resolutions that other school boards put forth to the School Board Association. So if they want, funding, like the Claremont bill revisited type thing, and they say, this is what we feel, the School Board Association will make a recommendation, and then we can vote based on the recommendation we got, or we can also put forth an amendment to it if we feel as a school board something can change, or we can just go ahead and vote for it. So that's what we're talking about right now, is I'd go forth with what the school board recommends and presents that at the delegate assembly.
We have plenty of time to do it at the end of
The 22nd is our next meeting.
Yeah.
22nd.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not in here.
We're gonna have to do it again.
So, did everybody
so
get
this
did
is-
everybody get a chance to look at it? No, this is the
Oh,
policy.
okay.
Did everybody get a chance? You guys all got it though, right?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
did look at it.
Did you
that's
look?
why
Did
I
everybody
said-
look to? And they agreed to the School Board Association's recommendation?
Yes.
Because that's
I
what we
did.
did last time. I mean, we didn't read them thoroughly as a group. I mean, as a group, we didn't go over every single one again. We wanted to, everybody looked at it and read it. And if they're comfortable with that, I'll go in the recommendation of the board that we will go with what the School Board Association recommends, and I'll present that. If everybody had a chance to read it, go over it. If anybody has any differing opinions, then obviously we can present that as well.
What does the board want to do? Like,
As I said, I read through them, and any amendments that the School Board Association made, I was fine with. So
you're making that motion?
I will make that motion.
Will a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I have confidence in what the board recommends.
Paul?
Aye.
Aye.
I think what we need to do next time on these, I think maybe we ought to have them have a judging and send us the best of the judging.
My idea is 4 people get a pile, they pick their top one from that pile, and then the crowd decides between the 4. It's only,
I
this
like
is
that.
impossible, there's too many of them.
I know that.
So do my plan.
All right.
Usually that.
Takes a woman to straighten us out.
That's
a
right,
good
it does.
plan.
Oh, this is my plan here. Go, give that to Tandy, give that to Paul, and then.
Don't need one.
But how are we gonna
Doug's out.
Doug's
out.
No, they're gonna hold up their top one, and then everyone's.
What saying is you all get one pile, you pick your favorite.
Oh,
Thanks,
we'll give
Jen.
you back a pile.
You have a pile.
No, this is not my pile.
You don't want that pile?
I don't want this
Here,
pile.
she
Okay,
has a
so we're each
favorite.
picking the best one. Okay.
Sorry, everybody.
It's not looking good.
I told you it's our committee.
You did his head.
What? Oh.
Look at this with me.
Last year, we only gave you guys about 4 to choose from.
I know, this is
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
tonight.
Why you got
wow.
no piles?
Yeah, we gotta go the other way next time.
I got it, I'm done.
Did you do?
Yeah, it's got all it's got the academics, it's got the arts, it's got the sports, even though there were really good ones.
Oh, I think you're allowed.
I'm not there.
You know what? You are a non-voting member.
Ooh,
Hush.
we're letting the audience
first
vote,
ones
but
first?
not you.
Paul, take up the pace, Paul. Just kidding.
Yep. No, I think
What's the
that.
matter?
This is 8th grade, right?
Oh,
This
good,
is
that's the
8th
one I
grade.
liked in there too. That was cute.
Okay, so we'll
Oh,
do,
you
we'll,
want all that?
we'll get ready for votes again, no?
Ladies, easy, because I made my mind up here.
All right, here we go. So that's gonna be number 1, 2, 3, or 4. So who votes for number 1?
Can you guys describe them?
To see you.
This has a little circle with, you know, like a beaker and a little artist palette and a football and music, so it's got sort of all of the things.
Everything that
That we
Newt
do
does,
it.
right? So number 1, anybody? 1, 2, 3.
You can raise your hand, right?
Well, I
4.
really
All
like
right.
that drawing.
4.
I do too, but I love,
5. All right, so
that.
it's 5 for number 1. Okay, number 2.
it is just, it looks like a soccer ball, a soccer ball.
Newt Middle High School.
I've lived
like a
here too
volleyball.
long.
Looks like a volleyball to me.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, it's a ball, all right?
With it, like,
Anybody for 2?
And it just has Newt Middle High School.
Okay. All right, number 3.
Oh, it's a ram seal that says
You have
loyalty.
to hold it up.
Oh, I do.
Please, please.
Oh, that's nice.
That one's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna
up
go
for
for
that
that one too.
For that one too.
Okay, all right.
So there's 3. Okay, and number
There's
4.
1, 3.
4. It was
We
4.
saw 4 people.
It was 4.
That's number 4.
That's number 3.
No,
This is
it was
number
4
4.
votes.
For number
Oh,
3.
4 votes for 3.
we're gonna need a replay, Bob.
Pete. All right, number 4 now. How many votes?
Let me see
Number
that
4.
one. Jamie,
1, 2.
I already voted for that one.
Oh no, we got Todd. No.
3. Nope.
Uh-oh.
Number 1 with 5. They had 5 votes.
Yes. There you
Who
go.
won?
Do we get to say who drove?
Emily's.
Or is that against the rules?
They'll be recognized
No, we
Okay.
later.
Yeah.
I think they get a bonus.
They get a gift certificate.
Yeah,
Gift certificate.
Yeah.
Nice.
A gift card.
I love that.
Thank
All
you
right, so
everybody
that's
for
the
making
that's
this
the back
easy
and the
for
front of
me.
the annual report. So. What a mess that was.
There was somebody on
I don't know
Facebook
what
that
went
said that we were the funniest,
Yes.
Most entertaining.
most entertaining.
Sure.
Yes, yes.
That's the one.
Got to break it up from the budget committee, right?
Yeah.
Most entertaining.
I feel like that was never said about you guys until I was here, so.
Now,
Oh, it's always been said about us.
I just
Right, not-
reaffirm, there's 1, And there's the other one. isn't it?
Correct.
That's the
Alright.
front and that's the back.
Okay?
Oh, do we vote that? Which one's the
Yes.
front, which
You
one's the back?
alternate each year.
Okay.
And that's the back.
Okay,
So it's done.
Perfect.
I will
I
take
I don't
care of
remember,
this
so I don't
tomorrow.
wanna say.
What about the middle one, Doug?
No. I'll have to get Emily to jump in there.
okay, let's go. Student scholarships.
Scholarships.
Watch my pen.
Oh,
So Don Dutton, Charles Don Dutton, would like to donate $50,000 to Newt to establish the Christopher Dutton Memorial Scholarship.
What?
So it's
Wow.
$50,000?
His son, Chris, graduated from Newt in 1981. He passed away 5 years ago. He was gonna come tonight, you should have done this. All right. Thank you. He was a very hands-on young man. He specialized in electrical maintenance, used to help fix things around the school. When he graduated, they actually made a special award for him. He received the Mr. Fix-It Award. So Don would like us to put the money into a trust or foundation. Nathan and I will be working on that. And use the interest to donate $1,500 to $2,000 a year to a Milton student or student who would be entering a trade school. This very generous donation will fill a gap we have for students who are applying to a trade school because they generally don't qualify for some of our other scholarships. So I ask you to please accept this very generous donation to establish the Christopher Dutton Memorial Scholarship Fund and allow Nathan and I to pursue a plan to figure out how we're going to get it invested into an endowment to use the money for.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Say, so you need a motion to accept and go forward.
Me,
Vaughn,
but
I'm making a motion.
you make,
I'll second it.
okay. I'll put you both down, both you ladies. Put them both down for a second. We're
Wow,
set.
that's amazing.
Wow.
Paul, wait a minute,
Very
Paul,
generous.
Peg, and Emily. Okay, any more discussion? Anybody? Any more discussion? Emily?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. All right.
Wow.
Okay, anybody, old business? No?
Don't
Moving
look at
on?
me.
I'm sorry?
Don't look at me.
Oh, wait a minute, Nate,
At what point do you wanna go over warrant article?
good, that's old business. Do it right
So
now.
we should do it now.
Well, how many copies did we make?
I think 8.
I don't, if the public wants one, I'll.
Well, no, I gave a copy to Lynette, and she gave it to Tom. Okay?
Saw that?
But the thing what happened is, we didn't,
Got 9.
wait, maybe we can talk about it and give them all to Tom, and you can throw away that other batch. Because what we did is, we went to the attorney, we didn't change the money or anything in the warrant article, but why'd you talk about it?
We asked if it was possible to change the language slightly in the warrant article to express that, because some of the articles have to deal with surplus, and we wanted to express at the beginning of the article that there's no new taxation on these articles. So we got approval from the attorney to do so.
Now,
So this just reflects those changes in the actual language.
Now, where the idea came from, people, was, who's the young lady that was in the back on, was it
Turgeon.
Turgeon. It was her idea because what she said, and it happens to be, if you got a warrant article that's real long, you only read the beginning and then you don't read the end. And that's what happened. So we read it by the attorney, and the attorney didn't see a problem with it. And he actually thinks probably, is that the one we were talking about? We may be setting precedent in the state by doing this. And if it catches on, we probably could go across the whole state. So I thank them. I guess I have to thank Mrs. Turgeon very much, because it was her idea. And I researched it, and I was adamant about it.
Yeah, it still needs to
Go by the
pass the
DRA.
DRA for final approval.
But our attorney is pretty positive that we can do it.
We're also gonna make a very simplified, much more simplified voter's guide.
We have to discuss that
We're gonna
next.
discuss that next too,
So-
about how the voter's guide is written to
She's-
make it as black and white as
Mr. Turgeon,
possible.
I'm gonna say, is it Turgeon?
Yes.
I wanna say thank you. I had poor Nate frustrated today, and I don't know how many times.
Again.
Huh?
Again,
Again.
as
And
usual.
poor- I promised the attorney I would not call him today, and I couldn't keep my promise. So we did it. Thank you very much. We do listen. Go ahead. So you wanna pass them down? So what Tom will need to do, if we can give them all to him, you can, the backup material you can keep, remember I had them marked? These are the new way they're written, but the amounts don't change, only the presentation, okay?
Is it bolded and highlighted in purple?
Actually, it's got,
Listen to
you
that.
want me to read one?
Yeah, read one. Read to people.
We can find one. Let me read,
Number 11.
I'm trying to read the shortest one.
Oh,
Article 12, to avoid the need to raise additional taxes, shall the Milton School District use unreserved fund balance, surplus, available on July 1st, 2020, and raise and appropriate up to the sum of $10,000 from the source to be placed, from that source, to be placed in the Milton School District Technology Expendable Trust Fund established in 2007. And then, in black bold, it says, note, warrant Article 12 will not result in additional taxation. So it shows it twice.
now, I have to admit, I'm gonna give credit where it's due. That second note in the bottom was Nate's idea.
We shouldn't get rid of that one. But
No.
we just added
I
it.
agree.
And
Yeah.
put it in bold, okay?
Capital letters.
Capital letters.
It is actually, will not is in capital.
Well, no, okay.
Big
Now,
font.
Do we just wanna pass all 9 copies to Tom? Because that's basically the, talk
Yeah,
about,
nothing changed but the wording, so yeah.
Correct.
so we can pass them right to Tom and throw the other 9 or 8 away that I gave him and keep the backup material.
And if you need more, I can always
Yeah, that's that, right, no, we got, how many members on board now?
Okay.
But, sure.
There's at least 8 there.
All right.
I should learn how to count.
We have a copy of each uniform.
Yeah.
So, we did make some changes.
Oh, wait a minute. Thanks, Nate.
Do you have anything else, Nate? Are
Um,
you finished? The warrants?
with that part, the only other thing I have is, that needs to be discussed tonight is the warrant article language for the voter's guide.
Okay.
That's the layman's term, language that
Okay,
goes
you
out
have
every.
copies here to pass out?
I do, yeah.
Okay, let's pass it on.
And Mrs. Turgeon, you said,
Yeah.
was gracious enough to add her. She offered to edit it herself, and hers are in red already. She was great. She got back to me real quick.
I thought she was flew out of town.
Teleworking, Doug.
I emailed her, yeah.
Get on the interwebs.
She
I
Do
know.
it online.
can
He's not
multitask a little bit,
technical
right?
savvy.
If anybody talks to me
Not at all.
about Facebook, don't worry about it, because I'm not gonna read it.
He is.
We can do better.
Yeah.
He can't even send me a
My wife says.
document.
Can't even send her a document. Okay, well, go ahead, everybody.
I do,
That's
but
okay.
So I want
Does these
to
people
just.
want did anybody want?
I just want to say that I am a numbers guy. I am not a words guy. So
I'm a word person, not
no,
a number
my
person.
wife is. She's actually a master's in
No, what-
English, but
Where do you want this, where do we want this to go now? In the voter's guide.
this is gonna go in the voters guide. Yes.
So back, get in the mail.
Yes.
And she, did she do all your work, or did?
Her?
No, it's just in red.
Laura,
No, hers is just in red.
Well, I didn't know half.
I make a motion to hire Laura.
I second that.
One half of it's in red. I'm just kidding, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That was low, man.
I'm sorry.
Take it back.
I don't apologize.
Oh,
I'm gonna read this over a lot more. We don't have to approve this tonight, do we? Does it have to be approved now?
When does it go out?
you know, I don't know when it's going out.
And send out an
I
email
think
within
it
like the
could
next couple
probably
days?
wait until next.
Put it on the next agenda?
Yeah,
We're sure?
I'd rather
Look
do
at
that.
this, yeah.
So you guys
Okay.
have time to read it.
Yeah,
And also too, just like she put it in red, people could send their input to him so that comes, it'll reflect the different inputs and what needs to be discussed, can be discussed at that point where there's varying input.
Oh,
Peg,
all right, so I'm a
Go
wordsmith.
go easy, Peg.
Oh, here she goes.
Sorry. Small amount of funds annually will elevate large dollar requests. And I think eliminate would probably be the word being there.
Is
Not
that black
elevate.
or red?
It's in red.
Oh. So
Sorry,
what's-
I would
so-
not correct anything of yours. Are you kidding me?
What are we talking about?
What page?
I'm sorry, Article 7.
Well,
I'm just kind of reading
Oh, yeah.
what the changes are, and it's,
Well, we would have picked that up.
yeah, I know, we do not want to elevate large dollar requests.
Right.
I don't think
De-escalate.
that would be in our best interest. Okay,
Keep in mind, I did this. I got interrupted like 50 times while I was doing this.
So we can look it over. If any more
Yeah.
changes come out, you'll send them to us, right? Or I can send them, we can send them amongst the group if we want to amend these a little more. too.
Yeah, she's the only one that I sent it to.
Okay.
So you guys won't be getting any more from me.
well, why
I'll
don't
just
you
collect
send
yours.
us this, and then we can do purple, or orange, or
I can do that too.
green.
John?
Thank you. Okay, good, thank you. Yeah, we'll,
That'd be good if you could use
a different color than red, yeah. Since that's my,
We know you like red, but that's been taken.
it's been taken.
You've been ousted.
Okay,
That's good, we got that, so we can get that squared away.
Okay, so
So I'll get this
We
put
did.
back on the, so this is for the,
Oh man.
Now we have to
Next
do this.
what?
I think I go to the next meeting.
oh
Look what
gosh
you
darn.
what happened again?
He has to go to the next meeting if we put it on to the
You
next
didn't think
meeting.
about that correctly, did you?
Didn't.
So this is the operating guide.
Coding guide, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so
I'll take care of that.
I'll take a look
That
at
I will
that.
take a look at.
Study it.
Yep.
Absolutely study it.
I would like to point out that a lot of this red was in
I'm sorry?
the one that Peg did.
It's
What?
already in there?
The Peg did. For the CBA.
Yep. What?
This is all you.
Oh no, she did that.
We have to
I know.
talk to
I
the
know.
Some
student.
stuff that you.
He wants
I know. Because
Okay.
I usually
I tried
explain
to
it.
make it.
So we can do committee reports?
Because that does that even go in the voter guide? That whole thing?
I have it in there, yeah.
What do you do?
I
Okay.
figured it'd
Committee
be easier,
reports, I
yeah.
think.
Okay, all right. Then good, yeah, because I
Okay.
do usually.
Meeting's still going on.
Yes.
I know, right?
It's a circus. I'm moving on, I gotta get control. Committee reports?
Yep, the facilities met today at 5. We went over the steps for the elementary school air handler, to get some work done for that. I think we're in the process of, we're on the next step, so getting that moved forward. We also talked about fire alarm designs that was presented during the that meeting we had a while ago. So we're in the process of doing that. We just finished the site, they came on site on the 30th, so they did the site investigation in both buildings. Now they're putting together, we're gonna start drafting the bid package and stuff for that. We also discussed the maintenance vehicles. So we still have the 1-ton truck that does what it needs to do. The pickup truck that was donated to us from the town broke down a couple of times. We have it working enough to do some plowing. If you go fast with it, it burns oil and causes it not to run right, so we just go real slow. But it's plowed a couple of storms, it's made it through, so we're gonna milk that through. If we can get it through the rest of the year, that's fine, then our next goal is to try to get it to pass inspection in September, so.
No, a very good point was made by Bob, and we brought it up, is that we're not gonna be able to do the fire alarm and the air handle at the same time at new. So one is, and the reason for that
Because
is
of the scope of work.
that these people are gonna be interfering with one another in the process of doing stuff. So, yeah, I'll let you finish.
No, go ahead, Doug. Go ahead.
So, the air handle will be done at MES, and the fire alarm would be done at
New.
But the problem we have, and we need the estimates for the fire alarms, because right now, all we have is $117,000, and we don't have enough money to do any of the fire alarms. And then one of those articles that's on the warrant is to take money from that anticipated money, which will not raise your taxes, and earmark $172,000. We'll go to that 117, and that will give us enough money to do one of those fire alarms, but it will not give us enough money to do the second one. But the good thing about that is, once we take the parts out of the high school, they're gonna be spare parts, and we're gonna save them. If we have a breakdown at MES on the alarm system, we can use them over there. We won't have to worry about trying to find the parts, because they're gonna be difficult to find everywhere. So we're gonna have,
So a whole high school worth of parts will give us enough time, and it'll keep the elementary schools supplies for quite a while in case something will break. Now we'll have a back stock of supplies that we did not have before. So that's good.
at no cost.
No cost.
No increase in your tax rate to do this
Yep.
project,
So that was the extent of the facilities today.
yeah, which was good. Yeah. Budget committee, Peg, do you have a report? Interesting, okay. Well, it's public comments again. Anybody? Now look, everybody, put the word out there. I'm looking for volunteers for that committee, and I want both sides of the aisle. Because I like, see, we had somebody that was, I'm not putting anybody down, but somebody that came in with a couple of good ideas, and we looked into it, and I think we're gonna be setting precedent in the state on that one issue. Now we gotta help in the, I don't mean, I wasn't putting you down, I apologize. I will apologize to you for that.
Slacker.
Slacker. So we do get ideas from people out in the audience, and we will look at them, okay? And it will, and it,
So that's that paper that's right there in that desk. So, I mean, obviously, put it out there, put out the word. If you want to put that out there verbatim on Facebook if you want, and say this is what we're looking for, verbatim, let's not skew it, then that'll help us out in our search too. It'll get the word out there a lot faster than just like posting it on a wall in the office or something, so.
It's lost in the papers.
Hmm,
It's lost in our papers.
it's true, there's a lot of papers there.
yep, I'm gonna try, I'm
Just so
sorry.
Paul know, it's already out on Facebook.
Is that?
You did it?
You did?
All right.
Verbatim?
I took a picture of it and uploaded it.
I never had any doubt, Travis.
How do you do
Good
that? Because
job.
I don't know how to do
Oh,
it.
it's a
Don't go
lot.
through it.
You know, it's, you wouldn't understand, it's too far, it's too much.
Poor
We,
Doug.
the meeting's not gonna go to 11, Doug, so we gotta keep
Okay,
it
let's go.
moving.
Okay, moving on. No public comments? Okay, okay, all right.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. I know we got
Thank you.
non-public
I
still,
know we
but
make you laugh. and-
this is like triple what we had the last time.
Quadruple.
So,
Good group, you guys. Good
keep them coming. We meet again in a couple weeks. The more public, the more the word gets out.
I need a motion to go into non-public.
I'll make a motion to go into non-public pursuant to RSA 91A, 3, whatever it is, A, B,
I got it
C,
all.
I, J, and K.
I got it all down.
I'll second.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Paul. Okay, Paul?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you.